What's up guys, Houndish here. Today we're jumping in with Bungie's Thursday update for Destiny 2, the TWID. So we'll see if we got anything interesting to talk about in this one. I really feel like Bungie should start giving us a bit of information about things coming in June at the very least, if not things that come later than that. As we know, a lot of stuff seems like it's kind of up in the air at the minute with regards to Destiny, but Bungie clearly are working in the background on some kind of future content, so hopefully we'll hear a little bit about it right here. Outside of that, they've said before the June update they'll have this important discussion about the future of Destiny 2, and there's been some interesting news actually in the past couple of days, referencing the fact that the dev teams at Bungie are now apparently fairly split between Marathon and Destiny. We know that at least a few months ago, Destiny 2 still primarily had most of the devs at the studio actually working on it. That appears to have changed to where it is more or less split between Marathon and Destiny, with potentially Marathon having a slight edge. And I know that does not sound good for Destiny because the game requires a lot of dev input to actually produce content, and it takes Bungie quite a long time to get things done. But in the same breath, if Bungie have got, I don't know, like 400 people working on the Destiny franchise, then they have to be working on something, right? I can't imagine it would take 400 folks to update the gear for raids and dungeons. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like there must be something coming beyond what we get in June on that basis. You'll have to share your thoughts down in the comment section. But otherwise, we'll get into the live game updates and other components that are in the TWID this week. If you enjoyed the video and find it useful, a rating really would help us out down below, by the way. And hit subscribe if you want to stay up to date with everything related to Bungie and Destiny. But otherwise, let's get into it. Now, onto the blog post section for this week. Bungie highlight topics for the week, a new communal community challenge, the It Binds Compels emblem has been granted. On top of that, the Bungie Foundation and Gamers Engaged have a new activation, and they highlight activities available this week, but they say the team is heads down working on our June update. We're aiming for more information to be rolling out by mid-May on what to expect from the update, and as we approach that time frame, we have a full calendar of sandbox tuning and quality of life changes to run through, among other things. Until then, let's get down to business with a fresh community challenge. So kind of the expected stuff with regards to the June update. No comment on whether there'll be anything else alongside that in terms of a state of the game or further updates about the future of Destiny 2, although Bungie had previously said they will touch on that when we get to this conversation about the future of the game. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. They're not even gonna drop us a teaser. Whether that's good or bad, you'll have to just give me your thoughts on it below. But they say it's time for a new Destiny 2 community challenge, and since the launch of Edge of Fate, Guardians have earned some potent weapons through Vanguard orders, completing various fireteam operations, or directly from Zavala by completing the previous week's reward track. Now it's time to show our commander that we're putting these tools to good use in a community challenge. The goal of the challenge is simple: defeat enemies across the Sol system with weapons that have been or will be part of Zavala's armory. We'll be keeping track of how many you've defeated with a bit of help from our friends in the analytics team. So in terms of what we need to know about the challenge, equip at least one of the weapons below. That includes Mint Retrograde, Unfall, Mida Macro Tool, Hawthorne's Field Forge Shotgun, the PSI Eterna, Horror's Least or Good Shout, and using any of these weapons, take down enemies in PvE activities. Reach the communal goal of 15 million PvE enemies defeated, and you'll get the Commander's Salute emblem. The challenge starts April 23rd at 11 AM Pacific, and you have until May 12th at reset time to complete the goal. Emblems will be delivered to players no later than 30 days after the challenge is over, and we can see that emblem on screen. So there we go, that's the new challenge starting up today, and they highlight that Commander Zavala also has Unfall available in stock this week, in case you want a weapon to actually complete that with. So that is the challenge part. Otherwise, they highlight the It Binds Compels emblem is now in collection, so this is a general reminder for those who completed the latest gameplay challenge, the Praxic Time Trials. So if you did do that, the emblem, which is called It Binds Compels, is in your collection inventory under Flare, General. And they say if you believe you completed the challenge and the emblem isn't showing up, let us know so we can investigate. You need to log into Destiny 2 for the granting process to be completed, so they highlight it will not appear if you're looking through third-party sites and things like that. Otherwise, there's a section in here about the Bungie Foundation and Gamers Engaged. So, for the 11th year in a row, the Foundation is stepping into the gauntlet, competing in a local tabletop gaming competition with our partners at Gamers Engaged. And they say you can roll a nat 20 and unlock the awesome new Victory Condition emblem, available for a $25 donation. And you can do that via the page, so I'll link the TWID down below. You also need to confirm the Bungie Foundation is the team that will be credited for donation. And on the next page, open the Team Bungie dropdown and select a number of emblems that correlates to your donation amount. If you select the wrong donation amount from the drop-down, don't worry, we'll double check to make sure everyone receives the number of emblems that matches the amount they donated. If you donate more than 100, select any option and they'll manually update your order to include the total number of emblems you donated. So if you're curious to check that out, all of the details are in the TWID, and you can see the emblem on screen right there that players will be granted. So pretty cool stuff to get involved with. Otherwise, in terms of what will happen in Destiny 2 this weekend, they say we have some weekly rituals as well as trials, the Prestige weekend game mode for PvP, and some weekly challenges to boost progression if you're still looking to get to max power levels. So ongoing until April 28th, in the Crucible, the Portal playlist has Showdown 3v3, Crucible Legacy playlist is Elimination and Mayhem, and then the Grandmaster Vanguard alert, of course, is Arms Dealer, with Duty Bound being the featured weapon. And Trials of Osiris this week will be Meltdown as the featured map and Corundum Hammer as the featured weapon. And otherwise for TWID, they have a known issues list which includes the triple laureate hand cannon is missing firing audio still. Otherwise, players who still have the Legacy Anomalous Object quest cannot complete it. The quest does not block progress through the New Light experience and does not have associated rewards and can safely be abandoned. Otherwise, the Veiled Haunting Sleeves ornament can come into players' view when using certain weapons, and actively being in Transcendence will prevent Spirit of Galanor from refunding super energy. Otherwise, Tempest Strike cannot be used while a Renegade ability jammer is active, and I believe that is the same set of known issues from last week. So there we go. Otherwise, that's the bulk of the TWID, and they say they'll keep count of the goal for the recent community challenge and have an update next Thursday. And for today, that is their communications. That's the blog post. So the only real hint to the future is the fact that Bungie will start talking about the June update in mid-May. Interesting that they refer to a full calendar of sandbox tuning and quality of life changes to run through. So I'm not sure whether that might refer to things that they're going to be doing in the future and maybe a rollout of specific items like changes to the portal, for instance. Bungie had indicated that they have some stuff planned on that front. But of course, they don't elaborate, like we said, on any other bigger plans for the game, which I appreciate is making folks uncomfortable with regards to the future of Destiny 2. So yeah, what can we say? It is what it is. For today, guys, that is everything we have to round up in the video. So, as always, I hope it's been useful. If it has, a rating would very much help us out on the channel. Be sure as well to hit subscribe and I'll keep you posted with more content. I will, as always, keep you up to date when Bungie do give us further info about the game, so fear not. I'm here for whatever conversation comes next. I guess we'll find out soon. But otherwise, cheers for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.